What's going on, guys? Jeff in here, West Virginia on the screen. AA and steering, two mods. William Sims, Billy Sims on the screen. Basically all damage. Okay, range, the accuracy, the drill bits, and we're doing the whole shebang here. The whole thing is designed for maximizing damage. We don't really care about fire. We don't care about that stuff. So if you wanted to go back and look at the build for William Sims, you can. On West Virginia, real quick, I have put Willis Lee on here before. I think Willis Lee is a good fit on California, but for me, West Virginia with these guns, oof, I mean, you put Billy Sims on here and you spec them out completely for accuracy and dispersion build. Man, oh man, this thing has pretty accurate guns then, and you can be a very, very dangerous ship at this tier. Pretty decent game I got here. Nothing's like super crazy over the top, but you're gonna see a pretty good showing here. And there you go. I mean, that's 13.5 kilometers or so, and this is tier 5, and I just ripped that queen for 16,000 damage. I mean, like, the West Virginia might be one of the best battleships tier for tier, because the guns on the West Virginia are just so, I mean, look at that accuracy. It's like, I mean, my goodness, 5 shells hit, another 9k. So I just really want to focus in on that. I have the I could do, if you really wanted to focus more so on the accuracy, you could go for slot 1 on your West Virginia itself. You could choose aiming system mod 1. I wanted to see how she played with the AA setup, just because, given a little extra defendability to West Virginia may not be the worst case. So might come out with another West Virginia video with aiming system mod 1, just to kind of highlight the difference and see if you guys want to compare the two and figure out which one fits your playstyle more. But again, if you are thinking about getting West Virginia, I don't know if she's in the store anymore or not, but if you have it, then there you go. I mean, double Citadel, First Blood, Dev Strike, up to 55,000 damage. We're 3 minutes into this game. We're 3 minutes in, roughly. And 3 minutes in, I got 55,000 damage. I mean, it's a nasty ship. I mean, she is a absolute heavy-hitting, nasty ship. And if you're not paying attention, she's going to make you pay for it. So you see here, I kind of turned out. I'm going to end up flipping it back around here. Again, another salvo here at the Koenig. So tier 4 and 5, we are top tier here, but I mean, you're going to see, and then there's another big ripper salvo, 11,000 damage. Left Koenig with just enough health to still limp away, but that very easily could have been another kill. I mean, 500, 600, 700 damage, whatever it was that he was left with. But you're seeing again, you don't typically see too much at tier 5. I mean, you sometimes do, but consistent damage salvos like that, 10, 12k plus. And that's what West Virginia brings. She brings basically Colorado style, heavy hitting US AP guns to tier 5, and she's really the hardest hitting battleship, in my opinion, pound for pound at the tier. So you see here again, like I said, I was turning back around. Turning radius on this thing is pretty darn good. Turning rudder shift is also pretty good. Speed, she's a US dreadnought, so give and take. And that's another reason why Sims is a good choice, because you get about 17-ish kilometer reach. So you can really, especially on these tier 5 maps, you can reach out pretty far and hit people. And then, there is obviously not the best dispersion, but you still get about 5k. I think I beach myself here. Or not. Maybe I thread the needle. Well, anyway, I was heading for a beach. I was trying to, let the guys off so they can get some shore leave, maybe get a beer, get a new pack of smokes or whatever, whatever they do. Anyway, so we're going to take another pop shot here at the Queen. Queen's begging for it. Another 6K salvo right there, up to 83,000 damage. So again, you're seeing the ability to consistently deal damage with this build, with the Billy Sims build, and that's something that Willis Lee struggled with. Obviously, the 5 heals with Willis Lee is great, but you kind of trade that off and say, okay, well, I'm going to give myself the 17 kilometers, right? I'm going to deal with the fire. I'm going to put the steering gear on. And Dallas here, okay, just to get back to this game, and I'll touch back on commanders here in a second, but this Dallas just comes around the corner. I don't know what he was thinking here, but he's flat broadside. And honestly, if you drop the ball this hard, being flat broadside is probably your best bet, because these heavy, high caliber, hard hitting guns are just going to overpen like I did there, 4 overpens. I'm just checking my surroundings, making sure the Queen doesn't have shots on me. But the Dallas doesn't try to do anything. He doesn't try to turn out. Maybe he's trying to make a beeline for that island again. I don't know. But you see there real quick, I bumped the start button, and I wanted to see just how far the secondaries were reaching. And as he slowly starts to turn out, we get another double citadel, another devastating strike. A destroyer's nightmare is what we're sailing around in here. 111,000 damage, 2 sinkings, 4 citadels. So again, West Virginia, do not sleep on her. Tier 5, 6, Tier 4, any captain who's in a cruiser, for your safety, do not sleep on the West Virginia, and for battleships for that matter too, because she's got some nasty guns that will do some serious damage to you. Queen was coming back around the corner again. She wants another piece. We aim low on the waterline there, send another good salvo her way, ripper for another 6+ K. We immediately start to turn out, try to minimize the angle as much as possible. So while we have a little bit of a moment here, and you can kind of see how this is playing out, I'll go back and I'll briefly touch on the commander setup. The more I play with Billy Sims, the more I like just the ability to consistently do damage. And it's something that I've kicked around a lot. I've gone back and forth on. Another salvo there on the Queen. And I think that is just the ultimate choice for me. Another 9K salvo on the Queen Elizabeth. Lucky to still be alive again. Very easily could have been another sinking. We could have 4 sinkings this game right now. So, I mean, just a little bit more luck, we could easily have 4 sinkings right now and 130k plus damage. So, there's that. But again, I think Billy Sims is the proper choice for most of these U.S. lines. Lee, I like on the California if you have her. I like Lee on the Massachusetts because of the secondary setup. When don't get me wrong, I think that Massachusetts is the best ship in the game. I really do. I think Massachusetts Tier 7 is an absolute beast. I don't think you'd find, especially at Tier 6 or 7, I mean, you could say Legendary Tier, okay, yeah, sure. Obviously, Yamato probably hits harder than West Virginia, and, make your argument there with Conqueror or whatever. But from a standard tech tree line and from the tiers 6, 7 below, I think Massachusetts is the best, and West Virginia from tiers 4, 5, and 6. Even to be perfectly honest with you, I think West Virginia might be better than some tier 7 battleships, because you're basically sailing around with the Colorado at tier 5. So for what she brings to tier 5, you're basically bringing a Colorado into a tier 5 match, which is absolutely disgusting. That's absolutely nuts. Another salvo we throw out there, we don't even have to watch. We know the Queen's going down. Take her down. So there's the victory. You see 130k plus damage. Decent showing. West Virginia, very powerful ship. Pick her up if you have the extra cash laying around. Hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a like. We'll see you next time on the High Seas, guys.